Welcome everybody. Welcome to Comedy Request Fest #1. Chelsea, how you doing tonight?
I'm excited for this. I love a good laugh.
Yeah, so we had great we've had great success with Request Fest. We were doing comedy at the end. It was just a little off. It seemed like we were always really tired at the end of the night, and I just wanted to dedicate a show to comedy so that we could just be better equipped for it, kind of. All right, guys. So these requests are all from everybody that's been watching the channel. I think shout out to Nico. He's been giving us a lot of Joey Diaz and Tim Dillon, and also we've had some UK viewers that given us some UK comedians. So, all right, first up. So one more thing. I decided to put some funny songs in there. So there's three songs scattered about. That's my little gem. So first up, that's a effing ugly baby, obscure '60s music. So just going through like music and stuff, I've come across these songs. It's kind of a thing on YouTube. So
So
I
this
thought
first one's a song.
correct.
Okay.
Let's jump right in. Hold on, let me pull this up. So first up, that's a effing ugly baby, obscure '60s music. Let's jump right in, guys.
Got a call from a friend. His wife had given birth and was on the mend. He went down for the week. He showed me around the house and finally to the nursery. But as I approached, I saw this look in his eyes. And when I peeked inside, I knew exactly why, 'cause that's a fucking ugly baby. A fucking ugly baby. His eyes are looking crazy. Both of them are lazy. It's all wrinkly and wrong. And its ears are too plump. Are we sure she pushed it out and didn't find it in a swamp? 'Cause it's a fucking ugly baby. A fucking ugly baby. Saw my friend. He looked sad. And in my head I was struggling to do all the crazy math. Know my friend. Know his wife. How could you put these two together and get strange alien life? My friend said, hey, it's not that bad, is it? But I took another look and said I could no longer visit, 'cause that's a fucking ugly baby. A fucking ugly baby. Its skin is weird and hazy. A blurry baby. It looks like some old moldy bread that's been left out for years. Then it bared a full set of teeth at me, and I discovered a new field, 'cause it's a fucking ugly baby. A fucking ugly baby. And I ran out of that house and should have found someone to call, 'cause if we don't do something soon, that thing will grow and kill us all. That's a fucking ugly baby. It must eat like an octopus. No, I don't know if that's true, but if you see it in the wild, don't let that thing get hold of you, 'cause it's a fucking ugly baby. A fucking ugly baby. Such a fucking ugly baby. Fucking ugly baby.
I apologize, guys. Yeah. So, like I said, I like some of these. This one, I didn't listen to it before. I just kind of picked it. It was alright. It was alright. It wasn't the
I,
funniest one I've heard.
I hope it's up from here.
Yeah, yeah. I could tell by the look on your face. So.
I just feel like, we can't control how we're born. This is a brutal song.
Yeah, hey, it's
Terrible. A little funny.
All right,
A lot
guys.
brutal.
This one's from our subscriber Nico, Joey
All right.
Diaz. So I did a Joey Diaz, and he was watching, and he put in a Tim Dillon, which we're gonna do next. And then I was like, you know what? I know you like Joey Diaz. Put in two of the funniest Joey Diaz. So we got a Joey
Because
Diaz, a Tim
He's got a good
Dillon,
sense of humor.
and then another Joey Diaz. So
Oh, a
this
block of 3 from Nico?
correct.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's been watching on like almost every live. So him and Chase 428 are probably the two that watch the most and request the most.
I
And
love
like
comedy.
like I said, we do have a couple UK requesters too. All right, Joey Diaz, hilarious story about Puerto Rican Nelson. Let's jump right in, guys.
Dios, Papa Dios, they were legit to quit. But the Ali's were the first people I ever met, ever, beside my godfather, that ever spoke to me about sex. And then I had this Puerto Rican dude on my block, Puerto Rican Nelson. He lived in the back. He was a bartender in the city. He used to always ask me, and he wasn't a freak or nothing. I always thought that at one point he would molest me.
Yeah.
And even till today, I think deep sometimes. Did fucking Puerto Rican Nelson ever molest me? Because he used to always have a robe on and slippers and shit.
That's how he walked around?
Oh my God, Puerto Rican Nelson.
I love that you're not sure if he did. You feel like it's maybe...
Yeah, like I think, did he ever dope me? Like he ever pull a Cosby on me? Because everything about him fits like an MO. He was just a good dude.
Yeah.
That we used to go outside and help us fix our bike. And he was a Spanish dude. And he was just, he had the sideburns and the leather jacket. And it was the fucking early 70s. And I moved to Jersey. And he would talk to a bunch of us. And one day he would take us in the back. His claim to fame with me was that I became friends with him. And I go over there, and he had a black friend that went over to the Rock of Gibraltar, and he brought pictures back. And then he would just talk to me. And then one day, he asked me he had a couple of beers. You ever go to somebody's house, and you go to their house a lot, and they're sober, but one day you catch them and they're fucking hammered?
Yeah.
And we go over there, and it's like early in the morning. Like I used to go over there every morning at 10 and wake him up and what's up, man? What are we going to do today? Give me an hour. I'll go out there and play stickball with you. And he come out with coffee, and he reeked of alcohol.
Yeah.
He was one of those dudes in the summer. No air conditioning. Just a dynamite dude.
Yeah.
And one day, I knock on the door, and he answers with a towel around him, and he's sitting down like he's all fucked up. I go, Nelson, you gonna play football? He's like, man, not today, and all this shit. He goes, come back in like 2 hours. So, we were, in those days, you're punctual.
Yeah.
Like, we were there in 2 hours. He answered the door, you guys again? The fucking curtains were still up. He invites us in. He's got a towel on. He turns a light on, and there's like a table filled with alcohol, and like...
Oh, yeah?
How old were you at this point?
12. 12, and I can't remember who the fuck I walked in there with. Like, it was like 6 of us in the neighborhood that liked Nelson, but 2 of us actually interacted a little closer with Nelson.
Yeah.
I was Spanish, so I understood Nelson's world. I knew Puerto Rican people, but I can't believe who else was the other guy that mingled with Nelson. So we had woken Nelson up. He goes, come in. We sit on his couch. You guys want a soda? He gives us a soda. He puts the TV on. You can see he's still fucked up from the night before. He's got the towel on. And he's like, so you guys get late? And we don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, nobody ever spoke to me like that. I had uncles that would ask me, anybody suck your dick yet?
Yeah.
Are you pissing sweet yet? That type of shit. But this...
You pissed.
Oh, yeah. When you're Spanish, te preguntan, oye, tú me aduces. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Yeah, it's a great line. But Nelson was basically the first person ever, but like, I'd known about sex, but Nelson was the first person ever that said it could be yours. I'm like, what do you mean you never had sex? I got a girl right now. She'll come over and clean your pipe. And we're both like fucking shitting our pants. Yeah, you come up with like $10 or something. We're like, nah. So that was it. He never talked about it again. And then one day we're sitting there like a month.
Just love this guy.
Like
A guy in a fucking towel has neighborhood boys over and offers to get them all over. And he's drunk.
Because he's outraged that they haven't had sex at 14 or 12.
$10 whore too.
So he was cool as fuck. He used to play basketball with us and shit.
Joey can barely
So
talk.
one day I go over there with this kid and he starts telling us
What's his name again?
Puerto Rican Nelson. We go.
Is it be capitalized?
No, Puerto Rican Nelson was cool as fuck because he used to bring us weed from the city and he would actually give us 7 joints for $5.
Wow.
He really took care of us. It wasn't like he was a bad guy, which to me meant the world. Because a lot of people could bring you weed over in those days, but they say, I take a joint off the top. He was like, I got to go over anyway. Don't worry about it. The guy gives me a better deal. So I always liked him because of that. So one day we're there, and a girl's there. A girl comes out of his bedroom. Me and my buddy are like, wow, look at Puerto Rican Nelson with a broad. She sits on his lap and shit. And he's like, yeah, this is my girl. And he's feeling her up. And he's making out in front of her. And feeling it. And he's and shit. And me and my buddy are frozen. Like, we're just, I can't remember who the fuck it was. So, boom,
How old was this guy?
This guy had to be 28 and the bro was like 21. But he was one of those, he had to be 26 maybe. He was from somewhere else and he lived there. This is before the computer, before Neighborhood Watch, and before...
and no one was freaked out by a pack of 12-year-olds hanging out with them?
No, because in those days, a lot of parents came out and played with kids. And
I know, that's different now.
See, it's
I
different
would never
now.
be able to play with a random kid in my
No,
neighborhood.
so everybody knew him for the neighborhood, and in those days, we wanted to go into the murky waters.
Yeah.
And he was kind of opening the door. Not really, to be honest with you. It took a long time. It's not like he lurked us into his house and said, do you guys want to have sex? This is after we knew him for a year.
Right.
We go back there all the time to get water after a basketball game. We knew him, you know. But now he knew we were growing up and he knew what our needs were. I look at it now like he was just trying to, but we couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So one day we're sitting back there, we had a basketball game, and he's like, hey, man, what'd you think of that fucking broad the other day? Me and my buddy like, oh, she was banging. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, tell these guys how hot she was. And me and my buddy's like, yeah, she was hot. He's like, oh, when can we see her? He goes, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He goes,
I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's just wild, man. He's got his piece right here, right? And not just that, like he is blasted. Like you could tell, like he is so he's probably eaten like 10 gummies at this point. He's like
I'm into it. Yeah, he's still. But Joey Diaz is the only comedian that can get this messed up and still like nail the story, nail the joke. Like
no, yeah, it's hilarious. He's like he's remembering and he's laughing so hard he can barely talk at times. Oh yeah, Larry Butler, we got you up next, man. No problem. We also have another Peter K on for later tonight too.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Let's jump right back in. Sorry, guys.
listen, I'm going to fuck her tonight in the living room, and I'll leave the window open. You guys can come.
Here, hold on. Let's bring that back just a little bit.
Listen, I'm going to fuck her tonight.
I apologize.
The other day, me and my buddy like, oh, she was banging. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, tell these guys how hot she was. And me and my buddy's like, yeah, she was hot. He's like, oh, when can we see her? He goes, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He goes, listen, I'm going to fuck her tonight in the living room, and I'll leave the window open. You guys can come by and listen.
He did it. I know he did it. Look at him.
That was his thing.
For like $1 a piece.
That was his fetish.
Oh, my
He
God,
got
he-
into boys listening to him fuck.
We got there, he was fucking the shit out of her, doggy style. We all ran away. We were like mortified.
Remember, he's 12. Right?
We got
Oh,
there
God.
10 minutes before he started fucking her. We're like, they're not even in there. And all of a sudden you heard her go, oh. And he's like, yeah, that's it, suck it. We tried to look.
He said we tried.
There must have been 8 of us trying to look at that window. We just heard them fucking. And I heard meat. Like, that's the first time I heard balls.
Yeah.
And we ran out of there, dog. And the next day, he's like, did you guys come by? Oh, my God.
That's the weirdest fucking neighborhood guy I've ever heard.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit. That guy's great.
But the Ali brothers.
Think about how many, like, firsts you had with that guy. First drinking, fucking...
I never drank with him, I don't think. He didn't. No. He got us weed, and he was like, dog, if I do this for you, you got to keep it on the level. I can't have the, he was very careful. But the Ali brothers were the first people that told me, like, this all was happening at once. So I was living on Gibbonhead Terrace, but I would play on 26th Street. And the Ali brothers were hysterical. The Ali brothers were the first people I ever met in my life that went to a hookah house. And they would both describe the experience to me. And it was like a fucking perfect film. You couldn't.
I feel like this is like Tales from the Streets with Joey Diaz. You know, he's telling all his dirtiest tales. This is because I think this is his podcast, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I think so.
How do you grow up to be Joey Diaz? You have a childhood like this.
Exactly. He's it's the street. It's Joey Diaz's street tales, late night street tales, right? All right, guys, let's get it.
Write this now in my memory, because Juan Ali was very intelligent, and he would say, "Yeah, you give them $10, and you go in the back room, and they fucking take your shoes off, and they take a bucket out and they wash your dick, and they get on the bed and they ask you what do you want to do, if you want a 69, and we do everything." And we do everything. We're there for like an hour. We eat them. They give us a massage. The whole when you're fucking 12 and a 13-year-old's telling you this shit, your mind, it's like Pink Floyd the first time.
Yeah.
You go home and think about that shit and think about the possibilities.
Right.
Like, maybe I'll go over there. I'll put on my best suit. I'll get $10 and see what the Bronx has to offer. Are you fucking kidding me? But every Monday, there'd be a circle around these two. And they'd be telling us all their sexual escapades, you know? The fucking Ali brothers. Until I hit right next to where they lived was a company called Duratest. And they made light bulbs. All sizes. They made these things. But the best thing for us as kids was when they made the Office, the skinny long ones.
Yeah.
Oh. All that, I could hit you in the head 25 times. Nothing will happen. They just break and you get white powder on you, okay? So we would jump over the dumpster, get like 150 of those things, and everybody would take an armful, and we'd go to war with each other.
No shit.
Bah, bah, bah. We'd hit each other.
No cuts.
Never a misunderstanding. And it was me, Juan Ali, Martin Perez, all these Dean Lapre, all these white dudes from 26th Street were all out there, but there was a roof. A flat roof over a garage next to Juan Ali's house, and there was access to the roof. So we're having this war, 5-on-5. Everybody's hitting each other with these fucking things. I run to the roof. I'm having my own private war up in the roof, and somebody throws a rock over. They throw a bulb over, right? Then another bulb comes over, bah! And then a rock comes over. Well, I take the fucking rock, and I look at the guy, and I go, don't say that. And I throw the rock up in the air, right? And I just leave it like that. And all of a sudden you hear, and we look over, not the smart Ali, but the retarded one, Alberto, the one that used to always say, "Sí, yo sé lo que pasó."
Yeah.
Like he was the one that, he was like Louis. He's like that character Louis that wasn't intelligent, but he was going, yeah, I was there. He was that guy. But I hit him in the head with that fucking rock.
No shit.
I clocked him right here. It didn't break, but he got a lump immediately. Like a hematoma. Yeah. But it was a hematoma that pus went right to it. And he had a little pee hole in it, you could see. And he was on the floor. He's on the floor. Like my friends didn't give a fuck. He got in there with the rock. They give him with light bulbs and shit. What the fuck are you giggling about? No.
Why did you like him? What did
He did an error.
I knew a second ago, but now keep going from where you told it, because then
You know that little forehead you got?
That was that third guy that you only saw like a couple times. That was hilarious. Oh yeah, Joey Diaz, man. And these are like Joey Diaz's dirty late night stories, you know. Oh, Nico. What a wonderful way
I've
to
not
start
seen
out.
it though. As soon as you said Joey Diaz, I was
No.
like, oh, I've probably seen it. But that was really cool because yeah, I've not.
I don't think YouTube's promoting those ones really.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, that was great. All right, let's get into the Peter K. Misheard Lyrics, the tour that didn't tour.
All right, this is Larry's.
Yeah, so this is Larry's. Let me just find it on here. And Peter K's
Larry,
from.
the bar is low for funny music tonight.
Oh no, this isn't music.
Dios, Papa Dios.
Oh no.
Nah.
You're all about karaoke.
So this is Peter K. Misheard Lyrics, the tour that didn't tour. I actually thought that it was a song like that too when he first put it in. But yeah, Peter K. We actually have another one from him later tonight. So this is Misheard Lyrics, Peter K.
When you're singing on a karaoke, you haven't got a clue that those were words. I was singing Take That Back for Good. Wash your back, wash your back, wash your back. Want your back? What's this? Want your back? I've been singing Wash Your Back 15 years. It's only when you go on a karaoke and you see lyrics, that's what they're supposed to be singing. You know that song, We Are Family? For years I thought they were singing, Just Let Me Staple the Vicar. Right? Who's right and who's wrong here? Listen.
All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record.
That's what they sing. Just let me staple the vicar. What's all that about?
Just let me state for the record.
We're giving love in a femidon.
We're giving love in a family dog. We are family.
You know Duffy, the Welsh songstress. Last 3 years I thought that poor cow were begging me for birdseed.
I'm begging you for mercy. I'm begging you for mercy.
Apparently it's mercy. I thought it were birdseed. I'm on karaoke with it. Birdseed, birdseed. Mercy.
You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong.
Drive by the Cars, beautiful song. They used this on Live Aid. Do you remember? They showed it over this harrowing footage of these starving Ethiopians. If you listen closely, they're actually singing about pork pie. Pork pie, swear to God.
Thinking nothing's wrong. What now?
I pledge money, me, pork pie. I pledge money. Can't believe it, can you? You know what I mean? Should have been on here.
He's still taking the piss out of that one lady, right?
Apparently, according to Michael, your burgers are the best.
I can hear your prayers. Your burdens are the best.
have one of them burger vans. You know they have at Fun Fairs, doing steak Canadians and hot dogs. Speaking of hot dogs,
Near, far, wherever you are,
I believe the hot dogs go on.
I believe that the hot dogs.
There's got a bit of rivalry here, Michael. Celine's peddling hot dogs. Johnny's patch. Meanwhile, Katie Lang's singing about arseholes. I don't waste my evenings.
What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia.
After you do, he'll never bone you. I swear to God, bone you. Bobby Gentry, filth. Listen.
Germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, he'll never bone ya.
This took him a lot of research to get all this, you know? This wasn't something that he just found in a second, you know? I applaud his research.
Phil, I've sang that at cow, my mum. That.
Every time I think of it, I miss myself.
You're one of those guys who likes to shine machine. Baby, take off my shoes before you let me get in.
Hey, can I just tell you, I do my own choreography, in case you're wondering.
Just in case you were
I
wondering.
can't believe you kiss your cock at night.
Eyes who likes to shine machine. Baby, take off my shoes before you let me get in. I can't believe you kiss your cock at night.
Can't even see mine, let alone kiss it.
Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that. Like I said, a lot of research went into that. It's one of those things too where it's like once he says it, you can't hear anything but that, you know.
Yes. No, literally, every time I hear these songs now, I'm going to hear
Exactly.
Larry's lyrics.
Hilarious. Thank you for that one, Larry. That was great. All right, where am I at? Tim Dillon is at war with Airbnb. All right, let's not jump right in. Let's jump right in.
We had a big problem with Airbnb, and I've been a big proponent of Airbnb, and Airbnb is $1 billion business, and it's valued at how much? I mean, they just had an IPO, right? Airbnb is this massive, it is just, it's $68 a share. I mean, it's $33 billion valuation as of November 30th for Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's targeting, that is
42
December
now,
7th, $42 billion variation for Airbnb. And we had a problem with Airbnb. We had a real issue with Airbnb. I have done nothing but be respectful to the people, to the homes that I rent. I have done nothing. You understand? I do not get bad reviews on Airbnb because I treat people with respect. Now, let's describe some of the issues. Number one, I was told I was going to a luxury compound in Joshua Tree. Luxury means something very specific to me. Okay? It doesn't mean necessarily stylized, high concept, and artistic. It means luxury. It means fluffy couches and nice carpets. Luxury. I feel luxurious. You understand?
Yes.
We went to a nice thing in Joshua Tree which is the place where all people in the tech industry go to take mushrooms, and people that work for ICE go and have, to take DMT and figure out how to build stronger cages to put kids in. It's great. It's for people having revelations. So we go to Joshua Tree, which is really it's a litter box for drug addicts. Let's be honest. Yeah. It's a litter box for drug addicts. And I know that a lot of people like it, but that's what it is, and that's who you are. So we go to this litter box for drug addicts, and they've stuck a little house on the edge of the cliff, and we can all go see the desert and, take a bunch of drugs and see Satan or whatever. And we get into the house. The furniture in the house is like, It's all. Of course, these are two white women. I believe they're lesbians. I don't want to say that they're lesbians. I don't know, but their names are stupid. Like, one of them's name is Mila. It's a stupid name. You're a ridiculous person, okay? You accuse me of breaking a cactus? How do you even do that, you goofy bitch? Shut the fuck up, okay, you slob. So I walk into your fucking house, which you can't even sit on the fucking floor. I got fat people here. They're 400 pounds. How are they going to sit on your cowhide chair that's a little thin thing of fucking leather? What are we supposed to do? This guy's 900 pounds.
Tim's mad, man. He's
Airbnb and him are not good right now. We don't even know the story yet, but we know. He just snapped a little bit, All right, let's hear him rant on.
What are we gonna do here? Okay? Every piece of furniture can't sodomize the guest. You have to have some fucking chair that works, like an actual fucking chair. Throw a beanbag in there. Okay? Not everybody's a 90-pound lesbian on ayahuasca that can perch on a fucking bird cage for the whole night. Okay, you freaks? Listen the fuck up. Talking to you. People are going to rent your house that are actual people that need actual furniture to actually sit. Not everything's a fucking trip to hyperspace. There's actual 3D reality that some of us have to fucking live in. So we went there. And I was not thrilled with the decor. And I told you that. It was very white. And these white bitches, they just steal Native American culture. And I'm not even a culturally appropriation guy, but they just steal this fucking culture. Right. They put these weird little buffalo head skulls everywhere and, lavender oil. And what am I going to do, lube my ass with it? What is this? So we go in. It's all white. The fireplace doesn't work, of course, because the insurance company won't insure them. Mm-hmm. Everything's freezing. The hot tub is freezing. Yes. Unhappy, right? Mm-hmm. The fucking lockbox. We got to fucking attack it to get the key out. So we're there in the house, and we do nothing to the furniture. We literally don't damage any of the furniture. They have these kitchen stools that are concrete slabs. Mm-hmm. Mila, we work so hard for the... Shut up! Get a job! They're a concrete slab kitchen chairs, high-top kitchen chairs, okay, that are like art pieces. These are not chairs. Right. And they have little stools that are made out of what? What was that, like hollowed out, so like marble or
the marble petrified wood?
Petrified wood or I don't know what it was.
It's tall, though.
It's a little stool that you're supposed to sit. It's a tiny little table where your ass can't even fit on this small little thing of wood that you have to sit on and eat. I don't even know what, right? So they just want you doing drugs. You walk in, there's a big mortar and a pestle there. Yeah. And they're like, just crush it up. Just crush it up and do it. Get it into the bloodstream. And that's fine. Listen, I get it. I got take the shrooms. But some people want to have a nice meal there. We treated that house like it had never been treated. With wholesome American food. We went to Vaughn's in the desert, and we got burgers and Bush's baked beans. And we cooked baked beans. And yes, beans explode when they're hot. Yeah. Whose fault is that? I didn't come up with the idea for the bean. They explode when they're hot. And then we wanted Gorton's fish. We got the Gorton's fish, which is very nice. The pre-breaded Gorton's fish and some tartar sauce. So baked beans, Gorton's fish with tartar sauce, cheeseburgers, and then 7 pints of ice cream so we could try. Just have a little ice cream testing. And we left a few dishes.
In the sink?
In the sink. A pot of exploded beans. Yeah. An extra tartar sauce I didn't even use that I said you can use. some ice cream. I mean, the smell of the house was fish and bean.
Yeah.
But that's not my fault. You can have a cleaning crew. She's like, the cleaning crew complained. What is it? My fat maid over there probably complaining. But it's like, well, why are they complaining? They're supposed to be cleaning. Their job is to clean. Okay? So this bitch then texts me. She goes, our cleaning crew had a heart attack, LOL. So I'm like, okay. And then she goes, but please give us a good review so we stay on Airbnb. So here's the deal with Airbnb. We review each other. We don't know what we've said. If you're going to come reach out to me and ask me for a good review and acknowledge that the cleaning crew is like, oh, we got to wash some dishes. I'm like, okay, they're not mad. We didn't do anything. There's some dishes in the sink, but it is what it is. I paid a $400 cleaning fee. You stupid cunt.
Yeah.
Jonah and Mila. You fucking pigs. I'll burn your fucking house down. By the way, anyway. I texted them that. I texted them I was going to burn their house down, and I sent them a gif of the Simpsons house burning. I'm like, I know where your house is. And they're like, are you threatening me? I'm like, let's just see what happens. I'm like, stay safe.
I can't hear you.
This is crazy, right? Yeah, Tim could get in trouble for this stuff.
Yeah, that was not smart. That was not smart to say. Like
yeah.
Like maybe
you might be mad at this lady, but like that's a little too far.
Yeah, think smart.
Yeah, I mean, like technically, if she's watching this, you could probably like take action against them or something. Like, be careful, Tim. All right, let's jump back in, guys.
Out there, you stupid desert dykes.
Desert dykes.
I will have God Hates Fags church outside of your fucking house every fucking day. I will call, who is the people in there? Who are the names?
Westboro Baptist?
Yeah, Westboro. And who are the names? Fred Phelps, the Phelps family. Yeah. I'll get the whole Phelps family, not the cuck that went on Rogan, the rest of them that stayed true. I will get them out there every fucking night to fucking yell at the people renting your stupid drug den. Anyway, so I responded to her by saying, no one broke anything. Your house sucks. Because she said I was a bad guest. And then people are like, did this really happen? It's like, yeah, it really happened. I said, the furniture is unusable. You're not artists. Your home is wildly overpriced. True. You begged me for a good rating and then trashed me. The cleaning crew complained about cleaning. Who's your cleaning crew? There were some dishes. That is all. I don't really care about your reviews. I don't rent out my home to strangers like an animal. Good luck with everything in the future. The place is a dump, and it looks like it was furnished by drug addicts, which I imagine you are. Please get the help you need. If you want me to take you to an AA meeting or an NA meeting, I will. Go to IKEA. Get some actual furniture, which hopefully you can afford. Not everything has to be an art piece. And feel free to use the tartar sauce I left behind. Later, pig. And that's what I wrote to them on Airbnb, and no response. And then I sent a few that could have been considered quasi-threatening messages, but they were not threats. They were an art piece, like your furniture. They're not meant to be sat on or taken literally. I was doing an art piece. Yes. You see? It was all a metaphor. And it angered me because she shit on me publicly on Airbnb, which anyone can see, truly. And now I look like the bad guy. Jonah and Mila.
I don't think the judge is going to buy that it's an art piece, Tim.
Yeah, and I don't think you looked nearly as the bad guy until you started dropping, like, slurs.
All the C words, you know.
Desert.
The double D's and then the C
yeah,
words.
Yeah, it was rough. Come on, you did this to you at this point, too.
All right, let's get back into this.
Fuck you. We didn't do anything.
Dishes were in the sink. The hot tub wasn't hot. You already paid $400 for a cleaning.
If we're not supposed to eat the Gorton's fish, why would they sell it at the supermarket? I'm not getting fresh fish. I trust the Gorton's fishermen.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely, if you've ever had a Gorton's, they're lovely.
Very good.
And then the McCormick tartar sauce goes very well with it. It pairs very well.
I thought so, yeah.
I'm sorry I wasn't doing speedballs in your bathroom like the rest of your guests. You fucking pigs. You've done nothing but create a fucking satanic vortex for people to sin. And I didn't take part in it. I made bowls of baked beans. I will not tolerate being disparaged publicly like that. And this good man he did nothing wrong. He slept in a room where the sun hit him directly in the face.
As soon as it came up, yeah.
Because there were no fucking curtains.
Yeah.
Because curtains are too basic for these fucking hoes. And I hope they hear this, by the way. I hope someone in your garbage life shows you this podcast, you are nothing. Do you understand me, you clowns? Look at your Airbnb picture. You pose with your fucking dogs. You're clowns. You are not interesting and you are not an artist. You are failures and you are drug addicts. And I'm telling you right now, if you had any clue the holy hell that was about to rain down on you, you would fucking run. You would run out into the desert and sacrifice yourself. Because every day, I swear to Christ, every fucking day I wake up and I think about how to destroy you in that shithole. And I'll figure it out. And see, this is what I mean about the cops can't call me out on this because it's my right to kind of vent these frustrations. And I can't because they can't knock on my door and say, hey, did you say you're going to kill these two dykes in Joshua Tree? I can't. This is what I mean. Do you see in real time I'm proving my point from the beginning of the show? That's why the show is entertaining and it's informative because the reality is we're all having these thoughts all the time because what I really want to do is gas these two in their house and watch them just I want to watch them fucking climb over their shitty art house furniture and get to the fucking door and just they can't get any breath and then fall and then just walk in and I want to piss on their corpses, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about it. Do you understand the difference? And if putting on a Hispanic accent made me feel a little better, if being a little exotic made me feel better, if pretending to be an Eastern European or pretending to be a Russian or pretending to be Asian, if that made me feel a little better, if it got me through my day, if it decreased the chances that I was going to go back and burn this fucking shithole down in the middle of Joshua Tree because they've wronged me, if that made me feel a little better, then what the fuck's wrong with that? What is the problem with that? I'm not putting pig heads on Pelosi's door. I just want to go, hey, como se dice cucumber? I don't know how to talk in the English. I don't know how to do it. So what's the fucking problem out there? Pick and choose your battles. Do you understand? And I hope, and this show's a big show, I hope to God someone shows it to these people. And I will get in a high-profile war with both of you ladies. Okay? Because I'm a faggot too. Okay? You can't do that straight white man shit on me. Okay? I will suck a cock in your house and then burn it down. I don't know what that'll prove. It sounded more progressive as I was saying it. It actually sounded quite hateful as I was saying it as well. My point is this. Stop. There's nothing worse than lesbians who think they're artists. You're not. Just build a fucking shed, you apes.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Thank you for that one, Nico. That was...
Yeah. So, you know how it's like you can't look away from a train wreck? Thanks for the train wreck.
That was a very long rant that could possibly get him in trouble.
Yeah, I know his lawyers are like, what
ways. All right, guys, moving on. Working gas stations with Joey Diaz. Let's jump right in, guys.
Before I moved in with George, I was living in a hotel, and one night I was really broke.
Oh, let me just say this, Nico. You definitely got us with some good ones tonight.
And I went across the street. There's a string of gas stations, right? So I'm living with. Before I moved in with George, I think it was before I got the apartment with that lady when I was looking for the apartment. I stayed in Fort Lee for a while because it's closer to the city.
Fort Lee?
Fort Lee, New Jersey is right across from Manhattan on the bridge. They have all these hotels. It's where a comedy club called Bananas is. If they ever ask you to play Bananas, it's right there on Route 4, next to the Bada Bing. That's why people go to Bananas, because they go to the Bada Bing.
The Bananas,
Bada
huh?
Bing.
Bananas sounds like a different kind of club.
So I don't think it's still open. It doesn't matter. But one night I was staying at that hotel and I was hungry one afternoon, and I crossed the street to the gas station because that's how much money I had, and I saw a for help sign. And I asked the guy, what are you looking for? And he goes, I need to Maria pump gas from 4 to 12. I go, okay. When can I start? He goes, tonight. He goes, what's your name? I'm like, Ryan Sickler. He's like, Ryan Sickler. Okay, I see you at 4 o'clock. So I come back and I realize I'm by myself. So he trains me for the first hour. in Jersey and in Oregon, they pump gas.
Yep, still, right? Isn't it illegal to pump your own gas in Jersey?
Yeah,
That's crazy to me.
You got to pump gas.
That's Oregon still, too?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it is still Jersey in 2020.
I think in Oregon, they're just lighting people on fire right
you're
now.
right. They got bigger problems.
Gas. They got bigger problems. Don't worry about the guy pumping gas. That guy's pumping gas with a hook right now. Man,
pumping gas on the crowd, lighting them on fire. It's crazy up there right now.
So I went across the street and I'm pumping all this gas. And he told me, he goes, it's nighttime, so drop. Every time you got 500 in your pocket, put an envelope, put what time, sign this paperwork, and put a drop in there. I didn't see the reason to, So every hour, like he told me, I take like $1 bill and drop it. $1 bill and drop it. Because for some reason it was like computerized. He goes, I'll find that in my house if you don't drop. So about fucking 2 o'clock, I realized I got about $1,200. Plus what's ever in the register, plus the food, plus he's got a box of change under the fucking register. So I took everything. I took everything at 3 o'clock. Hershey bars, the whole fucking thing. And I just walked across Route 4, jumped over the fucking banister in the side of it. Cars were whizzing by me doing 90. And I went home. The next morning I look out my hotel window. Cops are there, the whole thing. People have been pumping gas for free for 4 hours. Because I just left, right?
I forgot about the free gas.
So I said, fuck.
Cost that motherfucker.
He was pissed. He came back. His name was Ryan Seacliff. So I figured this out. But here's the problem you got a row of gas stations going that way, and you got a row of gas stations going this way. For me, that's a fucking hit.
Yeah.
So I wait like 3 days. Sure enough, I go to the gas station, 2 doors down from that guy. That moron needs help, 12 to 8. But here's the story. The real story was my buddy worked at Hess.
Hess. I used to get the trucks.
Hess gas station. Yeah. He was the manager. I still talk to this guy. He's still one of my best friends in the world. Yeah. So I told him to give me a list of anybody who ever got fired for stealing. And he sent me a list of names. So I would apply under those names.
Yeah.
So now I was smart the second time. The second time I went in there, what's your name? Tony Ramirez. Where have you pumped gas? Hess. Where? Weehawken? Yeah. When can you start? What do you got? 12 to 8. I'm in. I'd get there at 12, and again, once I get 1,000, that's it. I put $1 in the envelope. I just walk off. Even if I was working with a guy.
And you're leaving the gas.
You're always working with some guy in a jacket on. I'd say, listen, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I did this every 2 gas stations. Then I went across the street and worked myself back 1,200, 1,800.
God,
it was always something.
And that's that old school gas shit where you pulled the lever out of the way. Yeah, there was none of that bullshit.
And then I hung pipe. And then you also used to hang gas. Mm-hmm. Hang gas means Brian Sickler's a broke fuck. He comes in and gets $4 worth of gas. When Lee comes in for gas, guess who's swallowing that 4? Lee is. That 4 is going right into Lee's. I'm going to put that thing in without popping the thing back. I remember because you had to pop it all the way back.
Yeah, you did.
But if you didn't pop it all the way back and just put it in there, the car would move up. And then that make believe it's already on 4. By the time I'm putting it in,
you're like,
I'm making the first $4. This was hysterical. It was called.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, hanging pumps. That's what it was. That's what me and my friends called it. Hanging pumps. So I would hang pumps. Not only would I hang pumps, I wasn't even going to pay for. I wasn't even going to pay the gas man anyway. So I did that all around that gas station, all the way back, and then I took my show on the road, and I took it down to South Jersey. And I started hitting them all over South Jersey. Every day I take a bus, and it was hilarious. I would take a bus to a new area, get out, see a gas station, walk the 3 of them, and get hired by one. I'd go somewhere, eat, and stand there like an asshole for 6 hours until I had to go back at 4 to train, because they take, can you start today at 4? Fuck yeah, I'll start today at 4. And I'd get back there at 4 o'clock. I'd pump gas till 10. I'd be working with some guy. Can I go to the bathroom? Yes, but hurry up. We're not running a charity here. All right, yeah, good. And I'd just go. Sometimes I'd call George I would call George. I go, George, meet me there at 10 after 9. Why 10 after 9? Just be there at 10 after 9. And George would be there thinking he was just picking me up coming off the bus. I'd get in the car and go, hit it. Why? Just hit it because I just robbed the guy. What are you talking about? You robbed the guy. He would just fly. I give him 2 bills. Here's 200. Don't worry about nothing. So tell me what happened. So one time, I did this all over New Jersey.
Oh my God.
This was hysterical. This is fucking hysterical. So now, I'm not going to tell you the name.
Again, probably something he shouldn't be talking about, right?
Even decades later. Yeah. There's some angry people that still own that gas station in New Jersey.
Right. He could have owned a gas station. He's down and out now. He remembers them.
He's like, that was Ryan.
That was Ryan Seacrest.
It was Joey all along.
All right, let's get into it. Oh, I got your request. You're coming up next, okay?
Thanks,
Name
Charles.
of the
Can't wait.
place. This is a huge gas station. Like to pull this one off, it was like Ocean's 11. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they had like 18 gas guys. This place is huge.
Like a truck stop?
Like a truck stop.
Yeah.
So
like
I
a
go
Flying
there.
J. Let's just, you know.
Yeah, sure enough, fucking boom. They need me from 4 to 12. And it's nonstop. It's about to rain. So I'm going from one car to the other. Everybody, 20s, 10s, 15s. The fucking thing is getting thicker.
Yeah.
Stacked. My hands are filthy from all the dollars I'm handling. They had to have 4 guys on one island, just pumping doubles.
You doing big rigs and shit like that
I'm doing
too?
everything.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything. I'm pumping gas. No, I wasn't doing diesel. I was just doing cars. So I'm doing cars, and all of a sudden the sky is starting to turn gray. I'm doing cars. The sky is starting to turn gray. I'm like, fuck. And I called George. And I asked the guy, I go, hold on, can I go make a call? And I called George at his mom's shop, and he goes, I can't get to you. We got a special order, man. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I go, fuck. So I got like $2,000 in my pocket. I'm working it. It's about to rain. But it was also park and drive. Mm-hmm. Is that what they call them?
Park and ride, where
Park and
people
ride.
you meet and get in one car.
Yes.
Yeah, park and rides.
Park and
We used to
ride.
have those all over
And
Maryland.
there's buses that go into New
Yeah.
York from there. So sure enough, park and ride. I'm looking at these buses and they're lining up. And you get on any of them because they're all going to New York. And I see all these people. So I got like 2 G's, 2,100. I go up to a little fucking Indian dude and I go, listen, I got to go take a shit. I got diarrhea. Heady up. We're busy, Mom. Can't you see this? I go, yeah. And I dodge to the bathroom, but I just come out the side door. There's a ton of people, and I just mix into the New York line. And I get on the bus, and I'm watching this fucking guy. And this guy is pumping gas, and he's looking at the door to see if he sees me. He's pumping gas. He's looking at the door. And after about 5 minutes, I'm getting itchy. I'm waiting for the bus to fill.
Okay, you're on
the guy's
early.
not going to get off
Right.
until the bus fills. So I'm
That's
like,
right.
God damn it, I got on the wrong bus. I'm on the second bus, and there's still a bus in front of me. And now I see the guy go, like, hold on 1 second, and he goes in there looking for me. Now I see the guy run out, and like he's like looking around for me, and he runs back to his little fucking friends. And he's like, and I'm watching all this go down, and all of a sudden he runs into the office and he gets on a fucking phone. And they're fucking calling somebody, and then they're all looking around, and another guy goes in there looking for me, and I'm telling the bus driver, let's go! Let's go! It's gonna fucking rain! And I mean, the skies are fucking turning gray and shit, and they're looking around, and finally when my bus takes off, they're all looking around, like, where the hell did this guy go? One of them figured out, he's on one of those buses. So I'm like, oh no. So as I'm pulling out of there, I see cops pulling in.
Oh, shit.
I'm dead. So bus pulls out. I figure they're going to arrest us when we get in the Port Authority. I get to Port Authority. There's not a cop in sight. I walk onto Broadway.
They didn't stop you when you were leaving?
Nothing.
Oh, no shit.
Nothing. We didn't stop them.
Oh.
We got on Route 3 right to New York. I picked up George. We took a shower, we got dressed, and we went to this club in the city with another friend of mine, Devo. And we went to the club, and the Eurythmics were there hanging out, just hanging out. Like, you couldn't even talk to them, nothing. I thought I was a fucking big shot and shit. But I stayed with, and at that time, I was just doing creepy shit.
How much would you say average you probably hit in the gas stations? At $1,500 to $2,000 a pop?
A pop, yeah.
And like, about what?
Like
a dozen?
Biggest, yeah, like
wow. What's the biggest?
Maybe like it was like 2,400, and I hit like 15 of them.
God,
but I had 1,000 scams going. I just didn't want to stick to one scam. I wanted to throw enough spaghetti. I would do something for 2 weeks, then lay off it, because I know now they were hot for it.
Oh, Joey Diaz. He's
Maybe
wild.
he already did some time for it, so he can talk about it. I don't know.
It's probably like, so, he's got some money now, and it's been so long, he don't even mind,
Yeah, if somebody comes at him for $2,000, he's got it.
All right. Yeah, I couldn't find the same exact, but I think that this is the one. Just let me know if this is not the one. And we'll find it, Charles. I think it is. It seems like it is. Give me 1 second.
Before I moved in with Joy,
We go. Jim Jeffries taking an MD sufferer to see a prostitute.
How many more do you reckon there is behind there? There's a dwarf behind there mixing me a cocktail. I am fucking drunk now.
Yeah, I love Jim Jeffries. I did Jim Jeffries like I think on the last one when I was by myself. Hilarious.
All right. I'm going to tell you a story. This story is very long. The first 3 minutes of this story are very depressing. Just hitching up my pants. First 3 minutes of this story are very depressing, but there is a moment where this story takes flight. And you have to hang in there with me until this moment and trust me that the story is going to get good. I grew up at number 3 Turramurra Street. At number 5 was my 2 best childhood friends, Andrew and Daniel Connor. Daniel was born with a disease called muscular dystrophy. If you don't know what muscular dystrophy is, it's a horrible disease that wastes away at your muscles. It's the same as Lou Gehrig's disease or motor neurone disease, except you're born with it. You get diagnosed when you're about 6 years old, when you're not walking right, and they put you on crutches. By the time you're 10, you're in a wheelchair. By the time you're 20, you're in a completely vegetated state. Most people die before their 25th birthday. Dan's lived to be 33 years old, still alive and kicking. Let me rephrase that. Still alive. He's actually died 7 times in his life and been resuscitated 7. And I once asked him, I said, Dan, what happens after you die? And he said, nothing. So good luck with your religion and your faith. I'll take an actual statistic. Now, his family had since moved to Melbourne. I had moved to Great Britain. I went to do the Melbourne Comedy Festival. This is about a year ago. I hadn't seen him in all that time. His brother Andrew came to see my show, and then Andrew took me to see Dan. And I went in to see him, and I'd never seen anyone live this long with this disease. And he's laying on a bed. His eyelids are a muscle that he can't keep open anymore, and he's just squinting through these little things. And he has a breathing mask on him to keep his lungs working because the lungs are a muscle that he can't keep pumping. He has a heart monitoring machine in case he flatlines in the middle of the night and someone has to resuscitate him. And as soon as I walked in and saw this guy that I used to run around with as a child, I burst into tears. There's nothing worse you can give anyone in this world than pity, you know? I went in the corridor, I felt like a right prick, and I was fucking wiping my eyes off. And I went back in, and I sat with Dan. His brother Andrew went off to work, and me and Dan chatted for a while. 20 minutes into the conversation, Dan says to me, Jim, I'm 32 years old. I've never been with a woman. Will you take me to a prostitute? And that's where the story picks up, ladies and gentlemen. Because I went, fuck yeah! And he went, but don't tell my brother, he wouldn't understand. I said, that's where you're wrong. I have known your brother my entire life. Trust me, he will understand. And against Dan's will, when Andrew came home from work, I pulled Andrew aside and said, Andrew, look, here's the deal. Dan's asked me to take him to a prostitute. I'm going to do it whether you like it or not, but I think as his brother, you should come along and help out. And Andrew went, we're not doing it. And I went, why? And he went, it'll kill him. And I went, he's going to die soon anyway. This is a good way for him to go, like, sure, we'll have to answer a few questions. And he said, we're not doing it. And I said, why? And he goes, because Mum doesn't like you already. And I went, your mum's never liked me. That's why I'm the right guy to kill your brother. And he said, all right, we'll do it, but he can't have full sex. Full sex will kill him. He can only have a blowjob. And I thought that was fairly reasonable. So we went back in and saw Dan. He was where we left him. And I said, Dan, here's the deal. I know you told me not to tell your brother, but I told your brother, me and him are both going to take you to the knock shop tomorrow, mate, but you can't have full sex. You can only have a blowjob. And Dan went, I want full sex. And his brother Andrew went, Dan, you're in no position to argue with anyone ever. Then Dan reluctantly agreed. Now, prostitution in Australia is legal. So I spent the rest of the afternoon going through the phone book trying to find a brothel with wheelchair access. Best afternoon ever! Eventually I found one, the biggest brothel in the Southern Hemisphere, the Daily Planet, or as the Australians call it, 4 floors of whores. It's a 24-hour brothel because Australia's a go-ahead country. So we decided we were going to go early in the morning, like real early, like 6 a.m. We wanted to go when the place was quiet and we weren't going to cause a scene. So we wake him up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's hard to tell if he's awake. And we get him in his chair. Now, he hasn't got your bog standard fucking wheelchair. He's got one of those big sort of silver-looking things with the truck tyres on it. I think the model's called a Hawking. And even though his muscles don't work, they get sore. So this thing can move him from side to side and back to front and even into a full bed. So we get him in the chair, then we order a taxi. And then it's not like you have black cabs out there. It's like a normal car, but they've modified the back to go higher. And they drive him up through the boot and they strap him in there. And he sits up high with windows all around him like a big retarded Pope. Or as the Catholics would say, the Pope. And we drive off to the brothel. Now, when we get to the brothel, it takes 10 minutes to get him off the taxi. I see this as my window of opportunity. So while they're getting him off the taxi, I run into the brothel. Now, there's 2 ways that brothels work. Either the prostitutes will stand in a row in their lingerie and you just pick the one that you want. Or they'll stand around in a bar in evening gowns and high heels and you walk up to the one that you like the look of, chat to her for a bit, act like you've got some type of connection with an Eastern European woman, then take her upstairs and fuck her if you need your life to be this delusional. This is one of these situations. So while they're getting Dan out of the cab, I run into the brothel and go, everyone, quickly, gather round. I haven't got much time. And these 14 bemused hookers shuffle over and I went, look, here's the deal. I have a severely disabled friend with me. If you're not up for it, speak now or forever hold your peace. And one of them went, how bad is he? And I went, pretty fucking bad. And 10 of them said they wouldn't do it. And I said, well, I respect that. But can you please go and hide? Because I don't want him to be rejected by hookers. And these 10 girls shuffle away in their evening gowns and their high heels with gonorrhea falling out of them. I am now left with 4 girls. The best looking one by a mile stays. Dan wheels in, looking like Jabba the Hutt, breathing like Darth Vader. 2 of the girls run away and I'm like, are you fucking kidding, you sluts? I just asked you nicely. So we're now left with 2 girls. The best looking one's there, the other one's a fucking troll. Now, out of respect for the ugly one, I go to Dan, I go, Dan, there's only 2 girls working today, mate. Which one do you want? And he said, the one in the green dress. Now, neither of them had a green dress. I stand up and look at Andrew and went, what the fuck is all this about? And Andrew went, oh yeah, his eyes are fucked as well. Now, it turns out that Dan's colourblind. It's not part of the condition, it's just unfortunate. So, I sat with the hooker. Now I'm going to pay for everything. Now, the reason I'm going to pay for everything is simple. I told Dan and Andrew that I would pay for everything as long as I got to tell this story to hundreds of thousands of people in the future. And they said, of course you can, Jim, but be respectful and change our names. Which sounds like the right thing to do now, doesn't it? Now, I haven't changed their names. Their names are Andrew and Daniel Connor from St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia. I would have liked to have changed their names. It is the right thing to do. But I look at it this way. Even if I changed their names and their parents started watching my comedy, they'd be like, my word, doesn't Randy and Steve sound like our kids? Didn't Jim grow up with a lot of people with muscular dystrophy? So I sat there with a hooker and I said, how much for the half hour? And she said, 180. And I said, I'll give you 250 because I realise this is a specialty thing you're doing. And she goes, I got one question for you. And I said, shoot. And she went, is he mentally retarded? And I went, oh, yeah. That's what I do. I find mentally retarded people and take them to prostitutes. I'll be masturbating in the corner. He doesn't even know he's here. And she went, okay then, but if there's 2 of you, we'll go, no, he's not mentally retarded. It's his choice to come here. There's a good chance he'll die. And she went, what am I meant to do with him? And I went, I don't know. I've never been a hooker. But I'm thinking, give him a bit of a show, dance around a bit, rub your tits in his face, then suck him off. But don't sit on him or fuck him. It'll kill him. So we go up to the room, which thank God was on the first floor. And me and Andrew look at Dan like 2 proud parents watching our child go to school for the first time. And then we leave, and as we proceed to leave, I pat Andrew in the back and I said, Andrew, you've been a good brother today. He said, thanks, mate. And then we had a hug. And then we had that moment after a hug that Australian men have where we go, oh, get out of it, what's wrong with you? And then I said, hey, Andrew, how does Dan get his clothes off? And Andrew went, fuck! And we went back in. Andrew looks him up and down, and he turns to me and goes, look, he's very fragile. I know how he likes to be picked up. I'll lift him up, you take his pants off. Andrew gets behind, lifts him up by his armpits like I couldn't have figured out their magical hold. I'm on my knees taking Dan's tracksuit pants off. He always wore tracksuit pants, never got into fashion. And as I'm taking his tracksuit pants off, what many of you are wondering is, can Dan get an erection? And the answer is yes. Even though none of the muscles in his body work, the cock is not a muscle, the cock is a bit of skin that fills with blood. If he gets aroused up here, blood will rush to there. Now, what nobody knew about this 32-year-old virgin is that Dan's packing heat. I'm talking 9.5 inches of disabled misery. This cock's so fucking big, I think that's why the rest of his muscles didn't work. I take the pants off, this thing springs up and hits me in the mouth.
Oh, what a great
then
friend.
The goes, let's do the light. Let's explain the light. When they legalised prostitution in Australia, they didn't legalise it in all forms. For instance, you cannot get a street-walking hooker, you cannot get a prostitute to your hotel room. You can only go to a brothel in a safe environment where they have security for the girls in case a man shows up being drunk and dickhead or whatever. And also, it's safer for the people who go to brothels because the girls get tested for STDs every month. So, arguably, you're better off in Australia fucking a prostitute than picking up a girl in a bar. But I'm not going to have that conversation again. Oh my... You try explaining that to a girlfriend, it's a fucking minefield. But also they make it safer for the girls. If you're a guy who goes to a prostitute, you have to undergo the light. Let's explain the light. It's very simple. Sounds like what it is. You put your cock under a very bright light and they look around the shaft to see if there's anything untoward. Then they get a magnifying glass out, go through your pubes to make sure nothing's running around. It's not a big deal. I've been rejected heaps of times. Now the chair's here, there's a bed here, there's a hot tub there, the light's over there. Now we try to get the chair past the bed and the hot tub, but we can't get it through. So me and Andrew walk over the hooker and we're whispering because we don't want Dan to hear, and we're like, we can't do the light thing. And she goes, if you don't do the light, I'm not doing it. And me and Andrew went, come on. He's a virgin, what's the worst that can happen? And she whispered, actually, I'm more concerned about its cleanliness. And then his brother Andrew said loudly and proudly, I washed it before we came out. Now you may think you're a good brother, good sister, good mother, good daughter, whatever the fuck you think you are in this world. But you're nothing until you've washed your disabled brother's cock to take him to a prostitute. That is love, ladies and gentlemen. Tangible fucking love. So we looked at Dan, everyone agreed it was time to go. We looked at Dan, and me and Andrew looked at him and went, we're going now, mate. If you've got anything you want to say to us, say it now, because we're going to leave, mate. And this is what Dan did. So, me and Andrew went back down to the bar and we hanged out with the hookers. There's like 10 of them sort of mulling around, you know. We're standing there. We don't know what Dan's up to, but we're standing around the bar with all the hookers. And then 5 guys from London walk into the bar who are obviously out of their fucking skulls on coke. Now, if you've never taken a lot of coke, then if anyone's got any, if you've never taken coke, you know, when like 5 or 6 guys get together and take coke on like a Tuesday, there comes a point at about 6 in the morning when we go, well, you better call up some chicks, maybe, and you call up ex-girlfriends, like bring some friends. And it's like, I don't know what you're expecting. So basically, I think it was a Wednesday we did this, and I think these guys have been on coke all night, and they've obviously gone, oh, okay, let's go down to the brothel. We'll go down to the brothel, it'll be fun, we'll go down to the brothel. And I'm standing at the bar chatting with all the hookers, and these 5 guys from London walk in, and one of them recognises me and goes, Jim fucking Jeffries. I know you, mate. I know you, the comedian, the Spaz approved guy, the comedian. And I went, hey, how you doing, man? He goes, hey, Jim. You want a line of coke? And I went, yes. And I went up to the toilet and did a line of coke. And I come back out, and obviously I've left Andrew alone for too long. And he was sort of panicking all by himself, and I sort of walk in like, what's wrong? And he goes, what if we've done the wrong thing here? What if he's in there dying right now? What if he stopped fucking breathing? Or what the fuck, his heart stopped? What the fuck are we meant to do? I said, not a problem. I'll resuscitate him. And he said, do you know how to do that? I said, no, I don't, but how hard can it be? Push, blow, blow. I haven't embellished that in the slightest. That's the exact thing I said to him. Push, blow, blow. Then the prostitute walks back in the room, who was with Dan. So I'm staying with the 5 coke fiends, 10 prostitutes. She walks in the room. It's like that moment in a movie where the needle on the record just sort of goes, eh, and everything stopped. And she walked in and she said, well, it's over. And me and Andrew in unison went, is he dead? And her exact words were, oh, I didn't check that. So, me, Andrew, the 5 coke fiends, the 10 hookers, we all run to the room. Now he's not dead. His chair's back in the upright position. His cock is still sitting up majestically, covered in jizz and spit. But for a man who an hour ago couldn't lift his eyelids, he was sitting there like this. Now, you might be wondering why his eyelids were up like that. Let me explain something. It wasn't through happiness. Tell you something about myself. I'm 33 years old. I've been masturbating since I was 10 years old. And in that time, I have not missed a day. Every single day I masturbate. Haven't missed a fucking day. Every day I'm in a hotel room with a laptop way high up on my chest here. So I don't have to look at the filth I'm doing to myself. So I'm watching porn here, and 9 times out of 10 I hit the Apple sign, right? And I do this every single fucking day. Yet I would be mortified if any one of you was to ever see me doing this. I would want to fucking kill myself. And I do this every single fucking day. Now imagine if you've never ejaculated through the power of yourself. You've never had another person do it. You're 32 years old, and for the first time you've shot a lot of fucking stale jizz all over the fucking room. And you're sitting there with your cock out, and 15 strangers walks in, and you do not possess the power to put your cock away. Can you see how that might be a bit unhinging?
Oh,
so we had to
man.
get him dressed quickly. But there's cum everywhere.
Oh, no.
And this time I look him up and down. And I turned to Andrew and said, Andrew, I don't give a fuck how fragile he is. I'm taking the top half this time. And we lifted him up. And we put his pants on. And we proceeded to leave the brothel. Now, as we left the brothel, I turned to Dan. I said, Dan, I paid for a story. Please tell me what happened. And he said, well, she danced around a bit, rubbed her tits in my face, and sucked me off. Which is what I asked her to do. It's so nice to be a disabled sex puppeteer. but even nicer than that, I used to have a preconceived notion on what I thought about people such as prostitutes, man, but I was wrong. That woman treated him with dignity and respect and made him feel like a sexual being for the only time in his life. You can't put a price on that. All right? Well, 180 is the exact figure. Then we go up front and we go to call a taxi, and the taxi driver who drove us there is still sitting out the front in his car, and he winds his window down and looks out and goes, I'll drive you home for free. I just need to know what happened. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Oh, hilarious. Thank you
Yes.
for that one. Thank you for that one, Charles. It's one thing, like, you know, it's cool to get the entire story, you know what I mean? It's like, not only is it a nice, you know, comedy piece, but it's also a good story, you know?
I love one-liners, but yeah, I probably like the story so much better. Especially like there were so many hilarious parts.
Exactly.
The one-liner. We got a one-liner at the end. That was perfect.
Right. He's good. He tells the whole story, but he's throwing little jokes in there at the same time, you know?
I need to get into a little bit more Jim Jeffries. He's funny. I would love an intermission. Can we do it?
All right. You know what? I'm getting really tired. I think we just call it a night and put these on for the next show. Is that cool?
Okay.
All
Well,
right,
yeah,
so-
we don't have any more super chats.
Yeah, no, not right now.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's a lot. It's going. I didn't want to make it like as long as regular Request Fest. You know what I mean? So hour and a half.
I had fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put these on. Guys, put in more requests on any of these videos I put up or on our post page, and I'll make another playlist for next time.
Thank you, everybody. I had so much fun. Charles, that was awesome. Awesome finish.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was started off a little slow, but yeah, we finished with a bang. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace out.